anyways, this is what we're talking about. So we're talking about the Effortismo Amazon clutches and my opinion on them, or my experience with them. Obviously, it's a first experience, so I'm gonna give my experience out there. It was an Amazon clutch, like I said. I paid like $60 for it, cheap. And here's the storyline. I was working at I was working at McDonald's for like 6 months, and I was doing part-time, and I was going to Port and Chester for mechanic school, whatever. I was taking home like $125 every week, something like that. I wasn't working so much hours, so I was like, you know what, my car needs a clutch, I'm doing it myself, I'm going to do the clutch. So, here's how it happened. So, I put the clutch on hold on my wish list, and I started working. I'm like, alright, it's cheap, I'm doing part-time, it's not a daily car, it's a weekend car, why not? So, I bought the clutch, and I got it in the mail. I'm like, oh, nice. So when I got it, here's what happened. The first struggle I realized. And this is talking for a 97 Eclipse. I don't know about any other cars. This is for a 97 Eclipse GST. I got the pressure plate. And what I realized is that it's not going on. Like, it's not going on to the flywheel. So I'm like, this is something weird. So I've been trying for the next 2 days, trying to put this thing on, finicking with it, drilling new holes. Nothing. So what I realized is that when you're starting the pressure plate, you hit it with a hammer and it'll go on. Which I don't know if it's correct or not, but I think that's just a failure of manufacturing of the pressure plate, whatever. So that got on. The clutch disc was decent, like I said. So I put it on. Whatever. It's all together. I finished it in the end of the summer. So first thing I do, it was actually like mid-spring, I think, spring, winter, and I finished in the summer. So first thing I do, I was like, new clutch. So I'm breaking it for 500 miles. I was driving it, and the car overall didn't run well, but I did drive it to small locations, like a mile away. I didn't take it for long road trips or anything like that, obviously. So I put the car in first gear, and I'm driving, and I'm like, wow, this catches a little bit good. I got a stage 2. It was a stage 2, yeah, it was stage 2. And the car had a stage 3. It was a 6-puck clutch. And I took that out. That was all beat. I threw that out and put the new clutch in. Like I was saying, it was pretty beat, so that's why I replaced it. I was driving around, and I realized it was starting to catch better. And I'm like, this isn't that bad. So once the 500-mile period for the break-in ended up almost ending, I started driving around, and I'm realizing the clutch is like starting to slip a little bit, and I'm like, this is a little bit weird. So, like I said, kept on driving it, felt like it was slipping through the 500 miles. After the 500 miles, it started slipping, and I'm like, this isn't the clutch disc, is it? Or the pressure plate being that I had hammered it in instead of just sliding it on like normal pressure plates would. So, it was slipping, and then I went back home, kept on driving it. 3 weeks later, it starts catching again, and it's feeling great. I love this stage 2. It just took a little bit of learning and experience, stuff like that, to get used to it. Then at some point, I do remember, but what happened was, when I was pressing in the clutch, sometimes it wouldn't catch at all, and then come back up, and then I'd be like, car feels a little bit slow, like the clutch wasn't grabbing. And at the end of the day, I ended up selling the car with the same clutch on there. So my experience with it was, if it's cheap, don't buy it. And I still haven't learned my lesson because I just got an XTD clutch for my Celica, which is running fine. So this should be at least be a decent experience of a stage 1 clutch. And overall what it is, you know? So, would I recommend Effortismo clutches? I wouldn't recommend it. If you can go a little bit more expensive, but like flexible, like $20 to $15, I'd go with the XTD, just because there's so much reviews on it on YouTube, and that so many people have driven on that clutch, using it on the track, daily driving, even if it's just your daily car, like your Toyota Corolla, or like even more daily cars like a Toyota Camry. Anyhow, like I was saying, Effortism clutches, stay away from them. I didn't like my experience with them after the 500 mile break-in period. And obviously everyone's going to think that I went and go ahead and started beating the living shit out of the car, but you got to trust me on this. I wasn't. I was literally driving from work and back, maybe hitting boost here and there at like 6 psi or 10 psi. I wasn't beating the car at all. I was just daily driving and basically learning on a new clutch. So yeah, I wouldn't suggest it. Go ahead, buy an XTD clutch if you can be flexible with like $15. I'd go ahead and do that. I'm in the video there. Like I said, buy an XTD clutch. Effortism is trash. Don't buy those Amazon clutches. Don't. Just really don't, unless they have good reviews, but don't do that. Flywheels, it's something I wouldn't even touch either, because Effortism's name is just crap. Don't buy them. Just go with an XTD clutch, because there's so many people experience on YouTube that have plenty of experience with them and use them on a daily to beat on them, put them on the track, stuff like that. I'll be dropping my Celica video on the clutch soon. Tomorrow I'm buying the flywheel for the Celica. And I'm adding a little bit things here and there. And I'm going to show you guys an updated look on the Celica right now. Just in case if you guys haven't seen it, I'll probably throw the video next week. But right now, flywheel, I got the clutch. We're going to do the clutch. And I'll be back with a review for the clutch and of my car. Because I did do some updates on the car that are pretty decent. But like I said, it's a slow Celica, so. Anyways, I'll see you guys in the long run. I'll be back next week with a video, hopefully, if I can keep up to this YouTube stuff. I'm still kind of new to all this, so thank you.